People you're very glad that you only met once while on vacation in a hotel. The demolitionist. What is a demolitionist? A demolitionist is somebody who does demolition work for a living. That's all. I had to look that one up because I didn't know if you called them demolitioner or just a person who does demolition work. It's a demolitionist. Okay, anyway, we were at the hot tub at the hotel near Albany in Latham, New York, and we were relaxing there, and there was actually, the guy was already there. Younger guy, I think he said he was 35. This is one of those country western type folk. He was from New York, born and raised, but he's definitely, how should I say this, upstate kid. Downstate New Yorkers are quite different in a lot of ways from upstate New Yorkers. There are always exceptions to the rule, but generally the downstate people, like myself, are more apt to use curse words and have a, shall we say, more sour look on things and stuff like that. Your typical New Yorker that you would ever encounter would be a downstate type person like me. So the upstate folk are a bit different. So this guy was in the hot tub already, and we said, "Oh, do you mind if we get in?" "Oh, no, please go right ahead." And, "Oh, how you folks doing?" "All right, yeah, good. How are you?" "Oh, man." And he kind of always talked like this. And he only had about 4 teeth. He's the demolitionist. He's the kind of guy who, we don't know why he's in the hotel. We don't know how he got in the hotel. But allegedly he has a room in the hotel. And he's in the hotel hot tub. And that's that. This guy will talk your ear off. He had nobody in his life. Wasn't clear if he had an apartment or just a room in somebody's house where he lived, but he wasn't particularly well off. He does work for, he has some sort of boss or contractor that he works for, but the work that he has been doing as of late, he said, sorry about that, I just hit the tripod, work he's been doing as of late was off the books. I said, well, that's a good and a bad thing. It keeps Uncle Sam out of your pockets. He says, yeah, I know, but, by the same token, blah, blah. And he went on and on and on about all this different shit he would talk about. Oh, yeah, we were taking down steel girders, and my boss is driving the payloader, and just going on and on about all the different stuff. Oh, did you ever have anything like fall on you? Oh, yeah, a few years ago, and he would tell a whole fucking story about that. And he's sitting there in the hot tub, and he looked like he needed it. He would kind of like bend forward, and he'd go, oh, you're right? And he'd go, yeah, I mean, I've been using a sledgehammer, and it ricocheted off of something. I think I got like 2 cracked ribs, and he's only got 4 teeth going on, This guy was a fucking mess. This guy was a fucking mess. And he didn't have a car, so how he would get to these job sites, I think he said his boss would pick him up in the morning. So, you gotta be in like that with one of these type jobs. Like, I don't know what the deal is. It was a very, very odd situation that he was in, but it looked like he really didn't have much to him as far as that. He had an incredible work ethic. He would, I can only go based on what he told us, but he would be doing 12 or even 15-hour days just working doing demolition work and doing more demolition work and doing more demolition work, only having off on the weekends, but then sometimes not even, because then he'd do some overtime and this and that, and he's just been working. And I'm saying to myself, yeah, a lot of this isn't really adding up. Working, so he's getting paid. Now, why is he in a hotel? Never did ask that question. Wasn't really sure we wanted to delve that far into the depths of what this man could tell us. It was a really odd kind of thing. He was saying something about, yeah, I just needed a little break, man, and whatever, and he's going on about shit, and finally, he says, oh, yeah, I mean, I got one problem, though, he says, and with that, he hops out of the hot tub, goes to the chair right there where he had his stuff, and he comes back in and cracks open a beer, and he says, I'm an alcoholic. I was like, that's all you got? I got plenty more beer in the room. So allegedly that's the only one he brought down with him. And that's to say nothing about drinking by the pool. Now, me, I don't know if you want to call me more of a goody two-shoes or not wanting to brush with the law or the hotel folk law or, you know, whatever it is, but I really wouldn't be bringing any kind of alcohol down there to the pool. I do that in my own backyard because it's my own backyard and it's awesome. I agree. But doing it in public, you also get that stigma, that stereotype. Oh, there's that drunken guy in the hot tub. There's that drunken guy in the pool, you know. So maybe I don't want to be outcast that way. I don't know. But it's not something I would do. And then there's the millennial mom, okay? And she's sitting there watching her kids in the pool. Remember, she's watching her kids in the pool. So when I look at you, I'm looking at the pool. And she's watching her kids in the pool. I could see there's a camera here, but I can't see what's on the screen. I also can't see that Jenna is drowning because I'm on my phone. And I got my beer. This one is empty. And she's sitting, drinking a beer, playing on her phone, watching her kids. Wow. Now, yeah, I agree this shit went on back in the day because when I was a kid, my mother would go down to the pool and she would never get in the pool. And Patty said that her mother also, like, never went in the pool, but would rather sit there on the side. Now, back in the day, we didn't have phones or TV remotes to play with. Back in the day, obviously, as you know, I just use this as a prop because it's handy. Back in the day, you would read a fucking book. So you would pick out some nice literature, like an instruction manual or something, and you would be sitting reading the German side of things inside of your, actually it's in English, but whatever, and be watching your kid. But what's nice about a book, especially something this size, is that I have, even while looking at this, a much better peripheral view of what's going on rather than being focused on an area this big up close because all of the millennials are myopic, you know, trying to do that. When you're focused here, there's just stuff around. You don't really see what it is. So that was a little tangent, but this guy got a beer and got back in the hot tub, and I'm like, is that all you got? I mean, when I was during my real heavy drinking days, I would have like 6 drinks on a quote-unquote school night. And then, of course, he's like, oh, no, man, I did a lot more than that. Okay, whatever. We could have a dick contest. Whoever's got the bigger dick wins. That's fine. So it's me against him, really. Unless you whip it out, you won't really know. But so he told the story that, and then he says, well, I got to get out of here. Oh, okay. Well, it was nice meeting you. Yeah, meeting up with some other demolitionists and going to the bar. And I'm saying to myself, he doesn't have a car or a truck. How the fuck is he getting there? He left more questions than he did answers, but he sure talked a big game. But a lot of things just didn't add up. And that's why he also goes down as one of those people that you're glad you only met once at a hotel while on vacation. Very odd characters that you meet. You really do run into all walks of life. And I was staying within the same state. If I went to another state, oh man, there would be a lot more stories than that. Anyway, that's really it. It's just these odd people that you run into that you wouldn't normally. Very odd. Do you have any stories about people that you've run into only once in your life and you're glad that you only met them once? Maybe in a hotel or maybe in some other setting? Post them down in the comments. I'd like to read what stories you guys have. So thank you very much for watching this very long series on our trip to Albany, New York. Like I said, it was a long series because I haven't done this in a long time. So I make it take as long as possible because it costs a very long amount of money. So I got to make it worth it. Anyway, it actually wasn't that bad. I think we spent $870 for 5 days, including gas and tolls and all that great shit. So I don't think that was too bad. I had a lot of fun and definitely enjoyed. Will do again. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, and take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.